Right. So what I have is, or what I'd like to do in this 15-minute session is uh, walk you through what's the plan or what's the content that we have, and what we can expect as an extension to Power Center. And coming to the software side, uh, it's a cloud tool, obviously. So we need to access that through browser, and it is a pass-based tool, product as a service. That means we always will be accessing the tool from Informatica itself directly. We don't require to host the product on our end. We just have to use the product online. Now, for the training purpose, they are offering a 30-day trial. So we have to register here. As you can see on my screen, we have to register here. So the same online portal, we can get access for 30 days to use it. Now, talking about from the Power Center perspective, Power Center is a on-premise data integration tool. Now, Informatica Cloud offers Informatica data, cloud data integration, as well as Informatica Cloud real-time services. There are two things here: Informatica Cloud data integration, Informatica Cloud real-time services. So, real-time services is related to your data services, wherein you would like to host web services, REST or SOAP-based services, for which you may want to create some flows. That is what ICRT, Informatica Cloud real-time services. Now, coming to Informatica Cloud data integration, it is more like our regular ETL Power Center, but just that it runs on cloud and it can help us do the data integrations amongst the cloud instances. Maybe they are cloud-based databases, cloud-based file storages, and maybe some cloud-based services also, like consuming data from APIs or cloud-based applications like Salesforce, etc. So that is the reason it is still a data integration that we do, and just that it is a cloud tool, so it has its limitations, and it's kind of a lightweight power center that we can call. And as I was mentioning earlier, when it comes to the feature set of Informatica Cloud data integration, uh, you will find most of the things relevant or familiar as you already worked on Informatica Power Center. If you can just look at the content that I have on my screen, all the transformations and the naming of objects like mappings, tasks, and all, pretty same as we find in Power Center, just that new, a bit different, or a couple of new options or features that we'll find here, which will help us do those cloud integrations. So as far as the course goes, we'll cover all the aspects. About takes about 5 weeks to complete, about 15 hours, and during this particular course, we'll start with the basic transformations. We'll talk about cloud integrations. We'll talk about configuration. We'll talk about deployment. We'll talk about also advanced features like how do you integrate with the cloud-based applications, parameterization, automation, and all that. Right. So uh, this is what the plan we'll be talking about. And I used to have a trial account used for my previous training batch, but that just got expired, and I did not want to register again now because that's just again goes on unutilized if you are not starting the training immediately. So at the time of the training, whenever we start, so we'll have the trial instance or the trial account registered, and then use that for the training purpose, right? So that is the reason I could not give you at least a preview of the interface of the cloud tool. Is that the trial account that I used for the previous training batch just happened to be expired last week, right? So yeah, so that's just briefly about what the tool is about and how we are going to proceed. Now, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer that.
Hello?
Please go on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to answer a message.
No problem. You're taking a call, Frankie, or
Yeah, I had to answer a message. I had a little
Oh,
situation.
okay, okay. Yeah, go on, go on, go on.
No, I already took care of it. Sorry, I was a little distracted.
Oh, okay. So as I was mentioning, right? So there's a little walkthrough that I wanted to give you, how different it is, or how what it does, what it is meant to do, and what we have as plan of the training, and how we are going to use the tool, and so on. So I was asking like, if you have any extended questions, I can be able to pick up and answer them accordingly.
Um, I guess no, not. How long would the this training be?
Right. So this would take about 15 hours, 1 5. Uh, we'll be spending about 1 hour a day and on weekdays. So that takes it about 5 hours a week. And total will be lasting about 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, and remember, these 3 weeks are the training hours that I'm talking about, which I'll be demonstrating, I'll be explaining, I'll be doing all the talking. And for the lab hours for your personal practice, so you'll have to go back and spend time on the practicals that you have to follow.
Okay,
Okay, because since it's an online based training, uh, I'd be doing all the talking during the session. But then again, when you go back and do the practice on your time, on your leisure time, you can always get back to the follow up questions on the next day, which will be cleared before we start with the next session.
okay.
Okay.
So are we done or
Yeah, we are pretty much done. So as I was talking, mentioned right. So I usually give the walkthrough of the tool and then talk about a couple things there. But the thing is, in the trial version, just that my trial that I used for the previous batch of the training happened to have expired last week, and I do not want to just create a new account which may go unutilized just for the demo purpose. So that's the reason I haven't created, and that's the reason I could not give a walkthrough of the tool. But here is where we'll be creating a free account, the launch page that you can see on my screen, and using which you'll be accessing the 30-day trial of Informatica Cloud Data Integration as a web application through browser.
okay?
Okay, yeah,
All right. So okay. So I guess you guys are in contact with Chris, and then he'll let you guys know.
I
Um,
will. So
so I'm gonna be with him tomorrow.